welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today I'm going to be talking about how it is okay to be smart. These days I feel like some people, particularly girls, feel like being smart isn't as important as being beautiful or young or thin, and I think that is totally the wrong mindset. I have always loved to learn, and I think it is so important to be able to contribute to society by being knowledgeable about politics, the environment, anything that you care about or are concerned with. The value in continuing to learn or being smart is that you get to make informed decisions about your life. You get to probably live a healthier life, a more financially stable life. I have met people who are my age or older, and they've come to me with questions about why it was so hard for them to pay off this debt. It is so important to know about your own finances and how to be educated about your life and the decisions that you make, because everyone eventually is going to have to buy a car, get credit, buy a house, all of those things. So it is so important to continue to learn, stay educated about your life and the investments that you make. All in all, continue to learn. It will help you to have more interesting conversations. It will help you to learn more about others. It will help you expand your knowledge, and I think that is an amazing thing. So many kids these days feel like their education or staying informed about political events and things like that has become almost hard to find. And I find that so disappointing, because when people are not staying informed about their own lives or the environment or politics, we are setting ourselves up for a future where we may not necessarily be in control, because we're not making informed decisions based on what we know about today. So the more I know about today, the better I can plan for tomorrow. And that seems like a simple analogy, but it is kind of how we can apply our knowledge to the way that our lives will be in the future when we vote for our future presidents or policies and those types of things. And not only with that, the more that you know, the more attractive you are, the more confident you are, and you will be able to have more interesting conversations. And I think that is great, and it's perfect for your social life and meeting other people with similar interests. It's great to delve into your hobbies or even something that you run into in your day-to-day life and you just want to know more about that. One of the things that made me want to get an iPhone or a smartphone so badly was that I could look up any question that I had at the moment that I had it. And I thought that was exciting. I didn't have to write it down on a list and go home and look it up when the curiosity kind of had left me. I could look it up at that point and learn all about it and just build on my base knowledge. And that was so great, and it's so cool to be able to reference that stuff in conversations with people, employers, during interviews. That stuff is so valuable, and it makes you interesting and more wholesome. So I really encourage all young people, particularly girls, to really delve into your education, delve into your hobbies, learn more about why things work. I have been interested in coding lately, and I've been looking up all sorts of YouTube videos online. I love YouTube because you can see anything that you want. Makeup, engineering, how cars work, science things. It's amazing. Crash Course is definitely one of my favorites. I love those guys. They are so funny, and they're just adorable, and I can't stop watching their videos. They go into history and science, psychology, literature. Oh my gosh. It's so incredible to see the way that our lives are affected by science. So I just encourage anyone to really delve into their interests and look up things on YouTube. YouTube has such great videos. The artistry of makeup, that's an amazing thing, and that's something that I love, and it's fun and a total indulgence for me on the weekends. I love looking up those things. GeoGuessr, that's a really cool game that you can play online. You use the world around you to try to find out where you're at, and that's an amazing way to learn geography. The other day I was just going through Google Earth. From the little towns, I researched their population and what they like to grow there, and it's just explore those curiosities because it's just an amazing thing for your mind and for your personality and just your knowledge base. Luminosity is a really cool game on your phone. I really like to use that because it keeps you sharp. Like, I almost never have to use math for my job. Luminosity helps you to stay on top of your math game, and I really like that just because I don't use it very much. So I really like that, just staying sharp. It's really great for your memory and for your confidence. I think that the more you know about a subject, the more confident you are, and the more it is okay for you to be wrong or to not know something. I think that people are very afraid of education and asking questions, and I believe that's rooted in a fear to be wrong, or a fear of not knowing something. And honestly, no one is ever going to know everything, and not everyone is going to be good at everything. I admit that I'm not good at science. I also know that I'm good at other things. I remember when I was in high school, I didn't really love asking questions, and now it is all that I ever do. When I was in high school, I was afraid of asking questions and being wrong and maybe looking silly. And I think that was the biggest disservice I did to myself. So if you don't quite understand a concept, ask a question. It's okay to not know something. I think that's one of the biggest things today. People just are afraid to be wrong or afraid to not know something, and it is okay. Pride does not have anything to do with intelligence, I assure you. For some reason, I feel like today people are not reading books. I stayed home and read books till like 2 a.m. Why are people doing that anymore? Another one of my favorite ways to learn things, podcasts. I drive a ton during the week, and I just listen to podcasts. I listen to religious podcasts. I listen to You Are Not So Smart. That's a hilarious one. And what else do I listen to? I listen to a food, what is it called? Bon Appetit. So I guess that's a magazine, a culinary magazine, and I've been listening to the podcast, and they're great. So those are the ones that I listen to. You can choose to listen to them instead of just listening to music. It's so great to just learn while you drive. Other things that I've learned about recently, sublimation, look it up. How an engine works, manual versus automatic. Charles' Law, look that one up. How oil pumps work. We've been talking about fracking in the newspapers. Look that up, that's really interesting. Is it really bad for the economy? Is it good for the economy? Is it bad for the environment? Look it up. All in all, it is important to invest in yourself. Making good decisions, spending time to learn things that you enjoy. Not only is it fun, but you can make better decisions in your future. You can have interesting conversations. You can find people with like interests. When you're on YouTube and you're looking up a really cool concept, there are people commenting on that and people that are also interested in that, and you can connect with them in a number of ways. Learn more. Like I said, I've been learning more about coding and softwares and things like that. Loving it. Can't wait to learn more. Going to a conference next week. So I just encourage you all to learn more, because it is okay to be smart. Along with that, it is okay to not know the answer, and it is okay to learn, to ask questions. Don't be afraid of that, because that's how you gain understanding, is by asking questions. So follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube, subscribe. Talk to you soon.